Hey, are you in Rachel's shoes?
No.
No? Are those your shoes?
No.
No? Are those my shoes?
No.
Whose shoes are those?
No.
Those are Noah's shoes?
Yeah.
Where-
My shoe.
Those are your shoes?
Yeah. My shoe.
Your shoes. I'm totally jelly. I wish I had pink shoes. Want to read a book? Want to read Mog? Mog the Forgetful Cat? Here, come on up on my lap. Once there was a cat named Mog, and she lived with a family called Thomas. Mog was nice, but not very clever. She didn't understand a lot of things, and a lot of other things she forgot. She was a very forgetful cat. Look at the family. Let's say their names. Thomas, Martha, Nikki, and Debbie. Sometimes she ate supper, and then she'd forgotten that she ate it. Sometimes she thought of something in the middle of washing her leg, and then she forgot to wash the rest of it. The cats do that sometimes, don't they? Once she forgot that cats can't fly. But most of all, she forgot her cat flap. The cat flap led from the kitchen into the garden. Mog could go out and in again. It was her own little door. Look, baby, there's Mog. Look, coming out of the plants outside. We got Debbie and whatever his face is there throwing ball back and forth. Let's read the next part, buddy. The garden always made Mog very excited. She smelled all the smells. She chased the birds. She climbed the trees. She ran around and round with the big fluffed up tail. And then she forgot the cat flap. She forgot that she had a cat flap. She wanted to go back into the house, but she couldn't remember how. Look at that. Look at Mog outside the window. What's Mog doing outside the kitchen window? Do you want to find out? In the end, she sat outside the kitchen window and meowed until someone let her in. Here's Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas looks hungover. Let's find out what's wrong with Mr. Thomas. Afterwards, you could always tell where she had sat. This made Mr. Thomas very sad. He said, "Bother that cat." But Debbie said, "She's nice." So Daddy was like, "Oh, bother that cat," because the cat always sat on the flowers. Look at the flowers. See? The cat always sat on the flowers. She's a cat though, right? Cat didn't know not to sit on the flowers, did she? No. No. Oh, look at that. Let's read. Once Mog had a very bad day. Even the start of the day was bad. Mog was still asleep. Then Nicky picked her up. And he hugged her and said, "Nice kitty." Mog said nothing, but she was not happy. Cats don't like it when you interrupt their sleep and pick them up. Cats don't usually like being picked up either. They're not like babies. Look at that. What are they all doing? Is Mog on the table? Is Mog eating the egg right from the egg holder? Then it was breakfast time. Mog forgot that cats have milk for breakfast. She forgot that cats only have eggs as a treat. There she is. She's having that egg right at the table. She ate an egg for breakfast. Miss Thomas said, "Bother that cat." Debbie said, "Nicky didn't like eggs anyway." Oh, look at the doggy. What's going on with the doggy? Let's read it. Mog looked through her cat flap. It was raining in the garden. Mog thought perhaps the sun is shining in the street. When the milkman came, she ran out. The milkman shut the door. Oh no. There she is out on the street, not looking very happy. That dog and the cat don't look like they're going to be friends. Do they look like they're going to be friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do? They look like they're going to be friends?
Yeah.
Let's find out. The sun was not shining in the street after all. It was raining. A big dog came down the street. Mog ran. The dog ran too. Mog ran right around the house, and the dog ran after her. She climbed over the fence, she ran through the garden, and she jumped up outside the kitchen window. She meowed at the big window, very suddenly and very loud. Miss Thomas said, "Bother that cat." And Debbie said, "It wasn't her fault." There she is at the window. The doggy's behind her, barking up her rear. And there she is. She's like, "Bother that cat." Debbie is very, very nice. She likes the cat. She knows that the cat doesn't understand. Oh! She's spilling the peas. Mog was very sleepy. She found a nice, warm, soft place and went to sleep. She had a lovely dream. Mog dreamed that she had wings. There she is sleeping. And there she is dreaming. She dreamed she had wings like a bird. She could fly everywhere. She could fly faster than the birds, even quite big birds. Suddenly she woke up. Look at that. Maybe that's why the cat woke up suddenly. It's because Mog was sleeping on her hat. Mrs. Thomas said, "Bother that cat." And Debbie said, "I think you look nicer without a hat." And Debbie gave Mog her supper, and Mog ate it all up, and then Debbie and Nikki went to bed. Look, she's got the hat on her head that the cat sat on, and the cat has a whole fish. Mog is completely and totally oblivious. Mog had a rest too, but Mr. Thomas wanted to see the fight. Mr. Thomas said, "Bother that cat." It's because he wants to watch the fight, and that pesky Mog is sitting on top of the TV with its tail dangling down right in front of the boxing match. Oh, look at this baby. The kitty cat is giving her a bath. Mog thought, nobody likes me. And then she thought, Debbie likes me. Debbie's door was open, and Debbie's bed was so warm. Debbie's hair was soft like kitten fur. Mog forgot that Debbie was not a kitten. There she is, giving Debbie a bath. Debbie had a dream. It was a bad dream. It was a dream about a tiger. Uh-oh. Is this her dream? Robert, is this what she's dreaming?
Yeah.
She's dreaming that a tiger is giving her a bath? That would be scary, wouldn't it? The tiger wanted to eat Debbie. It was licking her hair. Debbie shouted. Mog jumped. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas said, "Bother, bother, bother that cat." And Debbie said nothing. She was still crying because of the bad dream. Mog ran out of the room and right through the house and out of her cat flap. She was very sad. The garden was dark and the house was dark too. Mog sat in the dark and thought dark thoughts. She thought, nobody likes me. They've all gone to bed. There's no one to let me in. And they haven't even given me my supper. And then she noticed something. The house was not quite dark. There was a little light moving about. So she looked through the window and saw a man in the kitchen. Mog thought, perhaps that man will let me in. Perhaps he'll give me my supper. That's back from the days when you actually had silverware and people would break in and actually steal your silverware. She meowed her biggest meow, very sudden and very, very loud. The man was surprised. He dropped his bag. It made a big noise and everyone in the house woke up. It was all that silverware rattling when he dropped his bag. Mr. Thomas ran down to the kitchen and shouted, "A burglar!" And the burglar said, "Bother that cat." Mrs. Thomas telephoned the police and Debbie let Mog in. And Nikki hugged her. Ooh! And there they all are, having tea. What a world. The burglar is having tea with the family. Let's read. A policeman came, and they told him what had happened. The policeman looked at Mog, and he said, "What a remarkable cat. I've seen watchdogs, but never a watch cat. She'll get a medal." Debbie said, "I think she'd rather have an egg." Mog had a medal. She also had an egg every day for breakfast. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas told all their friends about her, and they said Mog is really remarkable. And they never, or almost never, said, "Bother that cat." And that's the story of Mog the Forgetful Cat. So I got that book from a yard sale a couple of years back, and I think the yard sale was being held by either a retired teacher or a retired librarian, public school teacher or librarian at that. And as schools decommission books in their public school libraries, they give them to the teachers take them home and rescue them. And so she'd been doing that over the years. And so she had this huge abundance of children's books at this yard sale that she was having. And we happened upon it one day when we were driving around. And we started going through the books. I prominently stepped in dog poo because, you know, she didn't think to clean that stuff up. There was like 8 piles all around the front yard. I think other people stepped in dog poop as well. Anyway, I digress. The point isn't the poop, the point is the book. So I find this book sitting there in this stack of books, and I just can't believe that I found this book that I used to read when I was just learning how to read, and that I looked at the pictures before I even knew how to read. I think maybe my brother had it before I did. I'm not exactly sure, but I was just so elated to find this book that is very much a part of my history that I had to pick it up. And I got the book, it was probably like 25 cents. 25 cents is not a lot of money to have to pay to have something that is so keen in your life that jogs those childhood memories brought back into your life. So I thought that was a really good deal. And I read in the book because I wanted to give him a chance to actually have this book as part of his life really, really early, as it was part of mine. And also, because it's Throwback Thursday, right? Remember? Throwback Thursday? And in honor of Throwback Thursday, here's another clip. Last week, if you remember, I played a clip from when the family was young. I'm gonna play another clip from when our family was just, you know, young and getting started. And here it is. You can see who wears the pants in this family. He's hiding in the closet with my pants on. Looks like he's having a potato sack race in them. Whoa. He keeps squishing around the room in my pants. Scooting here, scooting there. No, mommy's in the bathroom. You don't want to go in there. She doesn't want you in there. Oh no. Jason shut the door and cut Rachel off from the rest of the family. Now she's freaked out. Hey, baby. Oh look, and he's ripping it apart. Ta-ta, Daddy. You can't have that book. And just like that, in a couple seconds, Bam Bam decides to rip the page off. No reverence. None. No reverence. Ah! You wrecked my Batmobile intro! And here it is! The Batmobile from yesterday. The front lights up, the headlights light up, which is kind of cool. The back all lights up, which is even cooler. They made this directly from the specs of the original artist's rendering. Now, I'm not sure if you're actually getting the size of this. Here's an Xbox controller for size comparison. And that is the size of the Batmobile. It is absolutely huge. When we were kids, there were animated figures that came out, but they were probably about this tall. These are a bigger figure by like 2 inches. And this is just absolutely ginormous. Sorry, I just figured I'd show you because, you know, I went through all that yesterday of putting you through the watching me go and get it at Dixon's and talking about it, but I didn't actually show you. It's because Margaret actually kind of maybe forgot the camera at her mother's house and we didn't really have any more time to film, so I figured that I would include it in today. I want to get the kids' reactions to it. Let's get the kids' reactions. Here, come and see.
It even has lights. It has lights.
Isn't it cool? Rachel, look at the Batmobile.
It has lights.
It's got lights, by the way, Jason.
It's got lights.
It's got lights. Isn't it huge, though?
It's got lights.
It's the coolest thing ever, isn't it? High five.
I can see it all around. It's got lights.
Yeah, tail lights. The batteries aren't like full. I put in like low batteries. It's supposed to light up inside there too, and it's not doing that. What do you think? Pretty cool? Gonna make a cool piece for our little family Batman display?
Pretty cool.
Well, it's not pretty cool?
It's amazing!
It's amazing! I know. Hey, let's get Arthur too. Arthur! Arthur, come check it out.
Right there. This is the...
It's our new piece of Bat memorabilia.
Daddy!
What? What? What's wrong?
Look!
Oh, I know. There's a rip in the ottoman. That's because I have 4 children. And I have no idea who did it, so I can't even blame anybody. Isn't it cool? This is something that I pre-ordered months ago. And I tell you, it's not cheap. Don't put your train on the Batmobile.
Whoa.
It's not a train, Jack. It's Batman's car. I know it's got a steering wheel. No, it's my train now. You can't have it because you put it on a Batmobile. Okay, time to take the Batmobile downstairs. It goes down in the geek lair because the little baby boy here is trying to crash his train into it. And it can go right here. You'll fit in perfectly in your brand new home. Okay, right there. put you up here like that. And this is where you're gonna stay for the rest of your little plastic existence. Perfect. And it won't fit up here. I've got a pile of Batmobiles up here, here, there, and it just won't fit. There's not enough room. So that's where it's gonna stay. Perfect. Seriously though, that's gonna have to be it for us. Margaret's not feeling the greatest today. Rachel's downstairs feeling sick. Arthur's feeling kind of sick. Jason's doing, I don't know what. Hey Jason, do you want to be in the end of the video? Okay, here he comes. He's gonna come to the end of the video. Anyway, that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't taken the time to like and subscribe, and you like what you see, go ahead and smash down on that subscribe button, and remember to share us with your friends. We want everyone to know who we are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.